The network society is built on that anything that benefits from being connected will be connected in the future. And I guess if you go around here at CES, the main part of all consumer electronics are getting connected. They're getting connected to the networks in order to get real-time information and actually improving the performance and consumer experience. We can see that the network society is exciting. The last 100 years when we have built networks all around the world has been exciting for us. But we believe the next 10 to 20 years is going to be even more exciting in the network society, where we're going to have impacts on all these different areas. And today here, we're going to announce our partnership with the world's largest shipping company, Maersk Line. And we're actually going to talk about a floating network, because they're going to connect their network of vessels all around the world with the connectivity. And that's going to change their way of working as a leader in their industry. And I'm so happy to be announcing this. And together with me to do that, I have the president of Maersk Line of North America, Mike White. Please welcome Mike to the stage. This solution that we're doing together, how do you see that coming out, and how will you use it?
Well, taking advantage of the connectivity that this provides between Maersk Line and our vessels and our captains and crew, it's better connectivity, it's real-time connectivity, which will give us a lot of opportunities to monitor more closely what's going on the vessels and to maximize operational efficiency and effectiveness of our network.
So what operational efficiency can you believe you can see?
Well, through this implementation, there are multiple opportunities that we have. For instance, we expect to be able to monitor the information about how the vessel is operating. What is our bunker fuel consumption? How are the electronics working on the vessels? Any difficulties that we might have on the vessels as they're out moving from one place to another, to be able to get in front of that and maybe prevent issues from happening.
Let's take us another area. Let's take us to the impact on our society. Ericsson has been working a lot with the Millennium Development Goals that was established by the UN some 6-7 years ago. Those goals were to address the biggest challenge on Earth, meaning hunger, drought, malaria, and all of that. In that project, Ericsson committed to roll out in the most rural areas in Africa connectivity. And many of these big challenges that was decided as goals, we could actually partly address by having connectivity. During that term, we also rolled out networks close to refugee camps. And the first time we put up a radio-based station I talked about before, we saw that there was a lot of traffic in the refugee camp. And we saw that actually a lot of the refugees has a mobile phone. And that's just amazing. These people that are refugees actually carry a mobile phone to connect. At the same time, we met 2 Danish brothers that actually had an idea how to work with refugees and using connectivity. And here with me today, I have Christopher Mikkelsen, which is one of the brothers of the Refugee United. So please welcome Christopher on the stage. So, what have we accomplished so far? How far have we come with this solution?
Well, we've come very far.
Yes.
We're in Las Vegas, right?
Yes, we're in Las Vegas. We've come far.
You know, a couple of different points I'd like to mention is the fact that we've skyrocketed the impact of certain select organizations' ability to help refugees that are looking for missing family. In 2009, for example, an average organization in, say, Kenya working with refugee family tracing had the capacity to open about 700 to 800 tracing cases a year. We have seen over the past 12 months a couple of organizations in Kenya and Uganda being able to open 70,000 cases due to the technology and the assistance that Refugees United and Ericsson is providing them. And the technology we provide them is simple. It's based on SMS, it's WAP, it's Android, it's web platforms. But that simplicity is really a major component in connecting the unconnected, which is the overriding achievement that we're trying to go for. And I think the last thing that we should be mentioning here is that we're announcing today an expansion of a partnership with Ericsson Refugees United and the UN Refugee Agency, the UNHCR, which will see these tools being deployed across refugee camps starting out in East Africa, which will make a connector out of every employee, every person in these camps, being able to help refugees as they are face-to-face in these different places, and help many more families sign up, search, and reconnect.
Amazing story. Thank you very much, Christopher. We will continue the work together. Thank you very much. Give a big hand of applause to Christopher.
Thank you.
Another thing that we're doing, we're looking into the future as well, trying to understand what will the networks be used for in the future. And together with MIT, we have formed a partnership in order to look at the network data today and in the future, how it will be used. Because if you think about the network, what they will use, the more we can understand as an equipment vendor, the better it's going to be for us to develop the technology that's going to support the network. How are they going to be used? We are daily running networks all around the world, knowing what's happening. But with the partnership with MIT, we're looking at them from the human level on a much higher aggregation level. And here today, together with me, I will have the Professor Carlo Ratti, which is the director for the Sensible City Lab at MIT, that will tell us a little bit more about it. So please welcome Mr. Carlo Ratti. Hello, Carlo. Tell us a little bit about our partnership and how we're going to analyze all the data.
Thank you, Hans. As I mentioned, we are thrilled about this new collaboration with Ericsson, really using the data to learn a lot about society and about ourselves. We just started a few weeks ago, but I just want to show you just a little bit of the initial analysis we did to show you the power that you have when you look at the network and you try to understand, use those data to better understand us. And so what you see here is actually that's a few milliseconds of the network. There are some visualizations done by Pedro Cruz in our lab, a Sensible City Lab. You see it's a change in logarithmic scale, so dynamically it's going faster, a few milliseconds, but there you have a whole day. You see the night and the day, the 12 hours. And then if you look at this, it's a total traffic on one network in Europe, but then you can look at it in more detail and you can see the different type of activities supported by the network. You see here you got people using it for web browsing, for email, for downloading videos, for all those other activities that you see there. Well, that's for one network, but you see how it accumulates from little time to the whole week. And then if you sum several networks, what you see here is from the top to bottom, you see Asia, America, and Europe. And you see how that changes, that activities. What we do with the network actually changes based on time and based on the place, on where we are. And that's what you see here. Again, the microsecond at this scale in the whole week. And when you combine it all together, you get this very interesting signature. It's very constant. It's almost like the pulse of all of us using the network on the whole planet, almost the pulse of the planet. Call it, I don't know, we said, you know, the signature of humanity, of all of us using this in order really to support what we do in our everyday life. And what we really want to do over the next few months and years is really use this data to better understand society and ourselves. Thank you.
You were coming to consumer electronics. Do an innovation, a technology innovation that actually can spur a lot of ideas at the Consumer Electronics Show. And so we have done. A couple of guys has been working for a couple of months to come up with some great ideas. And they are actually showing it here at our booth down at the show floor. On stage with me, I have Anders, one of those 22,000 engineers that has been part of this to develop something new and something fantastic. And what are you going to do now?
So down in the Ericsson booth, we have been running the Connected Me audio demo. And a lot of people have been there. They've been amazed running audio through the body and asked, when can I have this in a mobile phone?
So when can we have it?
So I'm here to show you something.
Okay.
On my way in here, I took a photo with this Android phone. It's a standard Android phone equipped with a Connected Me interface. Obviously, of course. And as you can see, the picture is great.
Yeah, it looks good.
But what about the audience?
They cannot see it.
So why don't we upload it on the screen over here?
Okay. Let's see what we can do. So this.
So let's point out, this is really, really new. It's raw, straight out of the lab.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay, I'm touching this one.
put your hands here
Okay,
and on the receiver.
okay. Nose, okay. Wow.
And we have the stage.
Wow.
Just like that.
Wow.
Using Hans as the connector between the device.
I felt the picture going through. Yeah.
And you got all the bits there as well.
Yeah,
Good.
fantastic. Good.
So we're using the body as a conductor.
Yeah, I felt that.
Connecting the device with a receiver. But imagine what you can do when we deploy this technology.
Yeah.
Exchanging business cards by a handshake. Just
Then
like
I have
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Opening a car, opening your hotel, getting information from any kind of object by touching it, getting a link, and opening directly in the mobile phone. Wow. Isn't that amazing?
I think it's, in that short period, it's a fantastic thing, and it spurs a lot of ideas what you can do with it.
Yeah, so I hope it's an eye-opener. It's something built out of simplicity. It should be really, really easy to use. And the idea is that it drives traffic in the network.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
I think it's a fantastic innovation, and you have done a great job, you and your colleagues, and I have to thank you.
Thank you, Hans.
Thank you.
Thank you.